up? It's your boy Leo Faded. Welcome to the Straight Faded Podcast. And today I got a special guest. He go by the name of Sleepy Malo. How are you, man?
What up, my G?
What up,
Right
what
here,
up, what
good.
up?
How you doing?
Thank you for pulling up.
Straight faded.
We got MOBG in the building.
My G, baby.
I don't know how you start from the beginning. Like, you have an interesting story being in a Chicano rap game. Like, you're legendary. That's what I would say.
Hey,
You're legendary.
gracias. I appreciate that, man. That's very humbling for real. And a lot of people that know my story, like from beginning to not, I won't say to end, because it's still continuing. They're like, "Hey, fool, you should write a book, dog. Like, you should write a, you know what I mean, a movie or something. You know, I mean, make a movie or something. You know, pero I don't know. A ver,
But
maybe one
speaking
day.
of movie, well, I was watching all your videos actually, and I think since the very first video, all of your videos are like cinematic. They all have a story. They all
Yeah,
have. That's
yeah.
crazy.
And whatever I write a verse, that's what I try to do.
You try to have the
Put a vision,
scenario and everything.
put a vision to it. Yeah, yeah. Especially the new music we got coming out. It's fire, bro.
You
And
said you were
it's,
working on an album, right?
yeah, I'm working on an album. It's called Gout. It's an acronym for Greatest of Your Time. So it's GOUT.
You feel like you're the greatest of your time.
That's what I tell people. I'm not the greatest of all time, but I'm the greatest of your time.
Damn, that's a big
You know what, it's just I feel that no matter what generation, I can step into it. I can step into the game and just go back to back with them, you know. Like, there's styles that I can do, like I just don't choose to, like, nah, you know, I just stick to myself, my
what's a style
lane.
you wouldn't do.
like like uh like rapping kind of fast, you know, or the new style que está ahorita, you know, or the even to the beats, like different beats that people be like, nah, it's too slow, or you know, I'll still kill them, dog. Pero no me llama la atención.
How do you stay with your sound? Because I feel like your sound is what, pure West Coast, like puro West Coast, or your sound like
I
Chicano West Coast.
I would say it's pretty much West Coast, yeah, West Coast, because I have tracks out there that are um like quote unquote Chicano rap, you know, the sound and songs out there that are just like people are like, whoa, you know, that sounds mainstream, you know.
Yeah. And how was it coming out of Pacoima? That's where you're from.
Yes, that's my city, man. That's the city. It was dope, man. I was raised in the east side of the Valle, you know, San Fernando Valle, and I came out of Panorama City, Sepulveda, and Pacoima, dog, which is three cities, you know.
How was it back then? There were rappers rapping at the time.
Nah, back when I started, man, I put the Valle on the map, dog.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Like
know what I'm
your whole
saying?
group overall. Like I know a lot of people don't talk about it, but like just Chicano rap, like
Yeah,
in that type,
yeah,
like you guys have an impact, but you guys
yeah.
are not really brought up like that.
No, I knew other rappers that were out there like trying to make it, pero my goal was like, man, I want to be the first out the Valle. I want to be the first out the Valle to make it out there, you know. And I was blessed to do it, you know.
How does it feel? Like that's a big thing to do.
It is dope, but todos los que me conocen, like people that know me, they always tell me like, hey, fool, you gotta be more like you're too chill, fool, you're too humble, like that's you. You did this, but I've always been like that, dog. Like, you know,
And why is that? Like for real, you are like that. Like even
I've
back then when I had met you a long time ago, I don't know you
mhm.
remember how we met
Yeah,
way
yeah, yeah.
back then. So when I met you, I was just like behind the scenes doing camera work, like peeping game and all that. And then I saw you guys doing your thing, and I saw you like, damn, this was like really humble. This was like already
Yeah,
popping like that, but that was still moving like it's
yeah,
nothing, you
yeah.
know.
I'm everywhere, dog. Even people that know me, they know I'm a clown. I'm known to be a clown. So bien payaso, you know.
Yeah.
So that's just my personality. It's always been, and it's always gonna be, you know.
Where were you 15 years ago before the rap? Like, what were you doing?
Before the whole rap game,
Yeah,
I was just in the streets.
just doing your street stuff.
Desmadroso, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
and
was
you think
young,
music
dog.
just took you out of it?
Music was a big part of not doing it fully, you
So it was
know.
still like part time then.
Yeah, 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 dog, because
Was that an issue?
Nah, nah, it never was because I always think it's an issue when you're trying to be something and you're not. It's when you get the issues. But when you're doing something, you're like legit. I that's where there's no issues because you have no one can come at you if they know your background. I'm just not the type to be out there like, yeah, dog. There's rappers right now at my age que todavía andan ahí, gang banging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's like chill, fool. You 40 something, you 50 something.
How you feel about that? Like seeing that online?
I just stay in my own lane. It's like I say, man. I'm in my own lane with my son sing gun.
Yeah,
Cause
that's
I got L.A. Roo. Shout out to my youngest son, L.A.
shout out your
Roo.
son.
I
Yeah,
got him in the game, man. Starting to get in here.
that's dope. You pushing your legacy, I see. Then you trying to
Yeah,
keep the
dog.
legacy going.
Legacy, and I got grandkids coming, dog. I got two grandkids, and a third one on the way.
So congrats.
Maybe gracias, gracias. Hey, they'll probably pick up the mic.
Yeah, and you plan to have like your own label, or you already got a label for them, or how's that set
No,
up?
well, Mob G. I'm like kind of like partners in Mob G.
So it's probably gonna be Mob G.
Mob G, yeah. I'm more of the. I kind of do my own thing, like more of the artist. I don't tell people like, hey, you know what? Because I want to focus on the music. See, no, you'll have artists coming at you like, hey, I want to get signed or this and that. And my boy Big Spooky, he takes care of all the artists and all that stuff.
So
So
Mob G got other artists on the label that you ever manage.
right now that I know, Trouble Kid from Mob G is a youngster. Shout out to Trouble
Shout
Kid.
out Trouble Kid.
Um, you got Jamie. She's a dope singer, man. Dope artist. She's doing things with Mob G. You got Trouble P. Shout out to Trouble P. You got Solo Sinatra.
Shout out Solo.
Yeah, Solo's another one in the game. Um, Spooky's working with other artists. He got some of the younger upcoming artists. If I didn't mention you, my bad. I usually stick to, I'm still making music, so I still do my own thing.
You're still an artist.
Yeah, still an artist.
Is it hard to manage you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially when you're, you stuff's older, and you got you can't give it your full time. So
Yeah.
it's more of a hobby now for me. I was actually retired. I had told like my close homies, hey, you know what? That's it, man. I'm hanging up the mic.
What made you that
Just
decision?
eh, I wasn't giving it my all, and then just the music nowadays, people out there that were representing were like,
Yeah.
I was like, nah, it's all good, but I got back into it with this album and
And what made you come back?
just what I said was, you know what? Let me drop my last album, and EF Stool. So when I started recording it, I was like, damn, this is fire, dog. And people were like, hey, fool, you can't retire. What the fuck's wrong with you, dog? Like
What type of sound is it? This new album?
it's a little bit of a newer sound, pero with that G shit still,
So like G Funk West Coast, more newer.
kind of G funk a little bit, mixed with a little newer. I'm trying to do a mix of everything. I even got Spanish in there, some Spanish, and because I'm bilingual, a lot of rappers ain't even like that. I'm fluent in Spanish and English.
You have done Spanish albums?
Yeah, tengo Tierra del Sur. That's an old album.
When was that one released?
Who man, that was like 2007, 2008. But
You have a big catalog. That's crazy too. Like
I've been yeah.
you own all that masters for that. You own everything.
Nah, that's one thing that I don't. Part of it I do. Part of it is just some shady shit that you go through in the
Part of the
business when
game,
you're
yeah.
young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You got a lot of fake fools out there. Fake friends. But it is what it is, dog. I just tell people that if I could tell anything to the youngsters is when you come in contact with people like that, always remember that you're the artist. you're the artist. If they took whatever songs, or if they get shady with you and, oh, this is mine, give it to them. Let them have it.
Because they know that you could make it better or do
May they
something.
live forever, dog. You as an artist, you still gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Ellos paran aquí, like, oh, I got this from them. Well, guess what, homie? I can go high. I can go as high as I can. I can be 99 years old and still making music.
Starting up, you already knew you were gonna be like this big.
Nah, honestly, hablando aquí between us, I don't even think I'm at any higher level,
And so that's your
dog.
humbleness talking.
Nah,
But
I'm
I'm saying,
telling you.
like, from my
Uh,
point of view, like I know the Chicano rap game and all that. Like I've seen you like
yeah,
coming up, like
I'm telling you. People tell me that. My brother's always telling me that. Like, fool, you're up there and this, but I, to me, it's a blessing to be able to do it.
Southland. Was it Southland Entertainment? That was another label you were at.
Southland, that was the first label I was with.
And how was that? How was it working in there? Because there was big um projects, good songs in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. When we started, I was also one of the ones that started it. Pues era cuando the whole Chicano rap was new.
Yeah.
It was labeled Chicano rap, and it was just an experience because I was young, and you want the fame, you want the money, you put the city on the map, you want your homies to know what's up, and we would do tours, and so it was all new to us. Everything was new, and then but like I said, you bump into
Who are some inspirations growing up?
growing up, like for rapping.
Yeah.
When I grew up, I was big in the whole West Coast thing, right? Um, and I was a big Mac 10 fan, Off from the Eye, of course, Ice Cube, Cam, West Coast Cam, Dub C, everybody. I was a big Proper Those fan, Spanish Fly. Shout out
Yeah. Shout
Spanish
out
Fly,
Spanish
man.
Fly.
They're out here in the harbor area, man.
Girl.
Um, Lighter Shade of Brown, of course. Norwalk's Most Wanted. A lot of people, you know what? LSD.
Yeah.
It was mixed Chicano and black artists.
And that's crazy too. I remember back in the days, I used to see your songs at the Chicano rap mixtapes or the
Yeah.
oldies. They used to
Yeah,
have like the
yeah,
oldie
yeah,
covers,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they'll have like your tracks in there.
Yeah.
How was that feeling having them like in
That's
those
dope.
compilations?
Yeah, that's pretty dope. You know what's a good feeling is that we're on the Art LeBeau, one of the oldies, the Art LeBeau. I
He-
forgot what volume it is. We got that Gangsters Get Lonely.
Yeah, they had a couple volumes. I remember seeing your track
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one was on there. And it's a trip because sometimes me and my wife will be coming like from Vegas or donde vamos manejando till this day, and Gangsters Get Lonely too is on the radio, and then I'm thinking I'm playing it, and then I was like, oh shit, that's the radio. And
Yeah.
it still hits me like, oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, I remember. I think I saw that your song been playing K Day.
K Day, they played Cali Boy on K Day.
How does that work? Like you gotta pitch the songs in, or how you got your songs in there? Or were
That
you
one,
were surprised that they just played it?
no. We actually had an interview with K Day. I went in there with Cam because we were working on the West Coast of Nuestra album.
That was a
And
compilation, right?
it was it was like a brown and black uh like a collab.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Chicano artists that I try to hit up, but unfortunately, no. Like I couldn't find Frank V from Proper Those. He's a good homie. He's just lost in the sauce, dog. I don't know, Nanda.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, DTX. He's another good homie legend. Um, other artists that I won't even say his name. But you know, kind of shine me off a little bit, and I'm like, it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't even, I won't even say his name, but
What type of sound you think you are?
I guess it wasn't for the raza. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. What type of sound you think you are?
It's just like I don't know, like West Coast
Yes.
street rap.
Straight West Coast, Chicano West Coast. That's what your label. Or
Yeah.
They label you.
uh, yeah, they've labeled us Chicano rap, but I just think the sound is just West Coast, because what's the difference if you hear one of my tracks and you hear something from like Daz or Corrupt, the Dog Pound.
That's a real question. What is the difference? There really isn't a.
We talk about the same things, you know, same beats. You know what I mean?
On your YouTube, also your YouTube too. You already got your millions. And
Yeah, dog. It's well, there's a few tracks out there, man, that hit it.
do you ever get like those plaques too? Like the llegan, like from
The
YouTube and
the
Spotify, the plaques.
so like le llegan al like Spooky, like
Oh, I
the
like llegan.
Mob G, because
Oh,
I'm
shit.
telling you, he's in charge of the whole corporate thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Yeah, that's dope though. But I mean, like you actually got to see that plaque though for all the work that you have been doing, right?
I never seen
Oh,
it.
you never
Dog.
seen it? Oh, damn! I thought you had seen it.
No,
Y
I
todo.
never seen it. Dog.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Which been the best music video you done?
the best music video would be, man, that's a tough one. Um, they're all dope,
Or a
man.
video that you said like, you know what, I'm gonna be the next Will Smith or somebody like acting each other.
That I'm gonna get jiggy with it.
Yeah, you're gonna get like all lit.
I mean, just all of them, dog. All of them. There's not one in particular, cause, um, it's, like I said, I'm a clown, and if you go behind the scenes, cause you were there at the G Spot one.
Yeah, yeah, I was there.
If you go behind the scenes, it's pretty dope. You know which videos were good? Were the ones I did with Kings of Terror. It's an album I did with
With
Conejo.
Conejo, right? Yeah.
And we did The Saga Continues and Kings of Terror. Those two videos were dope.
How was it working with Conejo? I know he's a legend too.
Yeah, he's dope. He's a good homie, man. Shout out to Conejo out
Shout
there,
out.
man. We collabed on that, and a lot of people, really haven't heard about that album, but when they hear it, they're like, because we just go back to back, dog. Like our styles just boom, 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 complementing each other.
And it was like too explicit too. Like it was hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How you guys get those ideas? You guys were like in the room together and planned it out, the
No,
project?
no, no. He
Yo, what's up? You're on the Straight Faded Podcast, and I'm Anthony Campos, aka Big Citric. And make sure to check me out at bigcitric.com. I do acting and stand-up comedy, so you never know when you might catch me at a city near you. Wait, Straight Faded, dog is.
he actually shot me the tracks, and we talked.
So you did like you had an open burst?
Yeah, he got the concepts, and he was like, hey, and then we would talk, and then, hey, check it out, this, okay, cool, cool. We were in the studio together, and then once I went in there, it's like, bah, 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 just laid them out, dog, like the tracks, boom. So
Yeah.
that's a hard album.
You still be in contact with him? I know he done movies and all that now. He doing his
He
thing.
through social media here and there.
Just working on anything new?
Nah, I haven't chopped it with him in a while.
MOBG, I saw you guys have been pushing a lot of artists or bringing up artists like King Leo G. Also, back in the day, you guys had him like a Swami or doing like an autograph signing.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, like I said, Spooky, he's in charge of the whole getting the new, artists out there, and doing the more business thing, trying to get.
So Spooky's like a really big help on your side, then,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. He pretty much he takes care of the whole thing. Like I said, I'm more of the artist side.
Also, I don't know if he's him, but he's the one that does the directing too for the
He
movie.
does he does some of the directing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We call him Spooky Spielberg. Dog.
That we've done the horror stuff too.
Ese anda en todo menos en misa.
Yeah, that's funny.
Shout out to Big Spooks, man. Nah, he's a cool dude. But he's the one that takes care of all the, you know, all the labels, success with all the new artists now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I also saw you on West Side Connection or you met Dub C on Mac 10 and you got a song with Ice Cube.
yeah. So I met Dub C came to the studio when he dropped that track on the West Coast of Nuestra album, which, by the way, I'll give shout out to Booyah Tribe. You know, another legendary group out here from the Harbor area, man.
Shout out.
That's kind of what inspired us to get the name West Coast of Nuestra, from their album.
So you just got like different artists from different cities in that project.
Yeah, so I wanted them to be on there. Unfortunately, no se hizo. We couldn't really get a hold of them. We needed to close out the album quick, but I got to collab and meet, Dub C, All from the Eye, Cam, I got J.O. Felony on there. Ice Cube I never met, but Squeak Rule from All from the Eye, he made that happen with that verse. So um I got so many artists on that album.
And your track G Spot, that was a banger when I heard it the first time too. When I pull
Yeah,
up,
just
'cause I just pulled up and I didn't hear the song or nothing.
yeah.
When I heard it, like, damn, that shit bombs.
That's
That was
dope,
like a
yo.
instant West Coast like banger.
Yeah. We had a shout out to Problem,
Oh, shout out Problem, shout out Baby Wicked too. For
Baby Wicked,
yeah.
Solo Sinatra. That one was
Where's
dope.
Problem from? I remember when I heard him too. I was like, oh, that sounds different.
Yeah, he's from out there from the Valle too. He's from the west side.
So it was just like a new artist you were trying to bring on to your camp, or you? Were...
He's part of Cash Over Ass with Solo. That's Solo's group.
Oh, it's a whole nother. I
Yeah,
thought Solo
yeah.
was part of you guys.
Yeah, so it's the label Mob G, but he has his group, like Cash Over Ass Click. That's them.
You have another album called Timeless.
Timeless.
I
That's
was
me and
hearing
Solo.
it.
Yeah,
I was hearing it.
That was dope. Oh, that album is. That's actually when I came back and started collabing with Solo, because he was like MIA for a while, and you know, we came back and we were both like hungry for it. We dropped it. That one was dope.
And we're talking earlier about your different style of music, and I saw you had a track with Sabo Loco, and it was like a whole different sound. It was like I don't even know what type of sound it was, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
How did that come
Oh, with
about?
the one with Japan, the multiplier sync.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when we went out to Japan. Hide, he hooked us up with multiplier sync, which is an artist from Japan. Shout out to both of them too. Shout out to Japan.
Shout out.
And me and Sad Boy went out there and they're like, hey, we got this track, and it's like I said earlier, like, shoot me any beat and you know what I mean, I'll
And you-
dance to it, dog.
So you were over there in Japan, and then you heard the beat for the first time. What you said, like when you sat down and you wrote to it.
Yeah, I was like, well, this is weird, dog. Some pitbull shit, Dale,
Nah, but it was still way more
Mr.
different than that.
Yeah.
Then the Beatles show too. You guys had like Pachuco style.
Pachuco style, yeah. They're deep into the culture out there, man. They deep into the culture, the whole Chicano culture.
How was it when
Yeah.
you first saw it? Cause I heard about that too. That they got like our type of culture over there.
Yeah.
So how was it you seeing it from other people?
Yeah, there's pockets out there in Japan that they're big on the culture. Honestly, man, it's humbling, and it's a blessing to see them like that.
They be talking Spanish too, or some
Yeah,
Spanish?
they throw words in there. Yeah, and they got some of the freshest cars I've seen. Hey, they're sharp dressers. Like back in the days.
Yeah.
I think the younger generation now should look at them and be like, hey, okay, because they keep it G, dog. They keep it clean, how it used to be out here, and like I said, it's humbling, man, and it's a blessing to see them like they get our culture like that, because we also, you could see it reverse, and I know a lot of homies that got like Japanese art on them,
Like right here.
yeah,
Over
like,
there.
no, out here, like,
Oh, okay.
I've grew up with homies that have like Japanese art and todo, the koi fish and the dragons and all that.
And how heavy are they in Mexico? Like not Mexico. Over there in Japan, they rep the Mexico flag.
Yeah, dog, yeah. There's homies that have the Aztec calendar tatted up, the Virgencita de Guadalupe, the Mexican flag everywhere.
Malo Mac. You collab with him before, or he's another artist from Mob G?
No, he's not from Mob G. I never collab with him. I think there was a while when he was gonna collab with Mob G, pero no sé. So I think what it was just like the I'll sell you my album.
Oh, like kind of like that type of collab.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I saw him at that MOBG page, so I thought he was like part of the
No, I think it's just part of the catalog that they throw on the Mob G.
that they got.
Yeah. But no, I don't think it was ever.
And your track should have been mine with Mr. D. That was
Mhm.
an instant classic too. I remember.
Featuring Rest in Peace Nate Dogg, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, Nate Dogg. Yeah, classic.
Yeah, that's dope.
How that one came
everybody.
about? Or how you got into that track?
That one was the homie Kryptonite.
He made the beat.
Yeah, he made the beat. He engineered it, and he got. I really don't know how Nate Dogg or who reached out to Nate Dogg, but I remember he came out to the studio and we dropped that track. You know, they hit me up and they're like, "Hey, here it is. Should have been mine. I heard it. Start writing to it, and
Yeah.
it was. There's a remix too. Have you heard the remix?
Nah.
It's with Rest in Peace DWTX, Frank V, Little Blackie.
It was on the radio too, or
No. Just the first one was on the radio.
No, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
You see cool with Spanto? You see in the team?
Spantos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just seen them on Sunday. I had a big event. I don't know if you've seen the whole Project Hope
Oh yeah.
Fest. Yeah. Shout out to Project Hope, man.
Shout out Project Hope.
Yeah, I'm part of Project Hope. I'm actually a board member. Me and my wife were board members for Project Hope.
And what do
Is-
you guys actually do there? What's the whole project about? 'Cause I
It's
saw, my
it's a
bad.
nonprofit organization, and they help out, man. We do these events that we push hope for the community. So we give free. Everything's free. Everything's free. Like we give food, clothing, and then good clothes. You know.
Yeah.
There's resources to help people get back on their feet. Si salen del, jail or drugs or whatever it is.
That's dope. How you got into that? Like that's
I got into it because one of the founders, Roberta Birdie, she's from Pacoima, and she has a story that you probably need to have them here, like to tell her story. So the way I met her was they were doing a documentary on her, and she hit me up to ask if they can use my music in the documentary, and I was like, for sure,
yeah.
and that's how we became friends, and then we started talking. And then I met Jaime, her husband, and we just started doing events with them, little by little. I mean, they go to places like Nickerson Gardens, El Valle. They're everywhere. We've done Vegas. We went to Texas. We did AV a couple times. And there's big names that show up for the cause. Like when we did Vegas, llegó Tyson Fury and Andy Reese.
Oh, dope.
They just showed up like boom, like right there. Like they had them, because it's a good cause. And I've told them, like, through my whole career, there's people that came at me and, hey, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do an organization about this and this and this. And it turns out that there's always something shady,
Yeah.
But Project Hope,
So you got like an award or like a plaque for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
dope, too.
every time they give awards.
So how long you guys been doing it for?
For 2018, I
A
think,
couple years
since they
already.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't just go and do my set, rap, and bounce. We actually go help set up. We go since the day before, help set up, help with what we can, help give out things, perform, come back, still do things, and help take everything down. You know what I mean? Like we're the big part of it.
Being an artist, you enjoy all that
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Being part of Project Hope, I enjoy it because you give. The giving part is dope, and you still got your fans. This last Sunday, it was dope. It was.
I saw you perform with your son, right?
Yeah, that
How
was
was that
he did
feeling?
he did his debut on stage.
Yeah.
So I told him, hey, what better debut than that big show? And he was happy. He was excited. He was signing autographs, taking pictures.
What about you? How are you feeling?
Oh, that's a feeling that it's indescribable, for real.
You think you ready for him to follow your steps with music?
Yeah, and I told him too. Like I told him, people are gonna expect him to sound like me, look like me, walk like me, but he has his own style.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
told him, whatever your style is, I back you up as long as you keep it real. You know,
Yeah.
keep it real. Don't sell out. Don't sell it out. That's why earlier we were talking about the whole never smoke weed, never been drunk, never.
Yeah.
I tell people, find me a verse in 20 plus years that I rap that I ever said I'm high or drunk, you know?
Yeah.
And I see nothing wrong. Like, I've been around it, you know? I don't judge anyone, but I can't be fake and say, yeah, we are making a song, we out here getting high. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because it's not me.
I saw you performing in Colorado.
Yeah, yeah.
What other states have you performed? Like out of states?
New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona, um, Vegas. Uh, that's probably out of state. And then Japan a couple of times.
Which one being your worst? Like your worst performance? Not performance, but like your worst that you went to do a show and it was like whack.
Just throughout the years, there's been a few. There's been yeah.
I was there like no te agüitaste, or, you know, like felt down.
Yeah, kind of, pero then once you see the situation, why it's like that, you know, then you think like that's when you kind of start thinking like, okay, you know, let me start doing my own thing, you know, because you know,
And speaking of that touring, like you've been to Japan not once but twice.
three, four. I've been invited 4 times
So you've been
to
four
Japan.
times to Japan.
to Japan. Yeah,
And all the experiences were different, or
yeah.
what do you get to see that you don't see over here often?
Just the view, the whole is different. It's like a literally a different world out there, you know, like um, from the like the music, the food, like authentic, you know, like just everything different. Like there's not one little thing.
Círculo Asesino, that was another group from MOBG.
Circulos, no, that was a distribution deal that MOBG had.
That was a group, or it was like a just rapper.
I think it was just one rapper, but that was like his label.
Also, Círculo Asesino was the label.
Yeah, that was a label, and when we started MOBG, eran los distributors.
Okay, yeah, because I remember the first time I seen it,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like a dope thing, because I thought they were from Mexico or something. So like, MOBG's like
Yeah, no,
encargado from them.
he had artists from Mexico,
Oh,
so
okay.
we collabed,
Yeah.
and I've done tracks with artists from Mexico.
I saw you shot a couple music videos too. Huh?
Yeah, and then the latest one that I did is with El Duran from Still Banging with Midget Loco.
Oh,
Shout
Still
out to
Banging,
Still
yeah.
Banging,
Shout
man.
out
Midget
Major
Loco.
Loco.
That's
Shout out Rascal Loco too.
yeah. I just did a couple tracks with him. It's dope.
Do you feel like
excited.
something like on shock, like when you meet like, let's say, that the Latin invasion thing you met Miss Crazy?
It's crazy. Yeah,
That was
yeah.
your first time, so it was like, do you get like something like shocked, like, oh,
Yeah,
I ran
you
up
know-
to people like this?
You know what shocks me is that a couple things. How humble Miss Crazy is, and how much of a Sleepy Malo fan she is.
Oh, dope.
You know what I'm saying? And I have something. It's funny that you mentioned it because I've been having some. I've told her before, like, hey, I got something that let's collab, and she's like, whenever you want. So ahorita tengo algo en mind. So Spanish, especially
Yeah,
with
that'd be
everything hitting right now,
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to keep it on the low, pero
So other year you guys never collab?
nah.
Who are some artists that you wish you could collab?
That I wish I could collab with. I mean, so many from back then till now, though. Like honestly, just whoever's dope. Whoever's dope, you know.
You're into boxing.
Boxing,
What you
yeah,
thought
yeah.
about Ryan Garcia and the tank fight?
Nah, that's since they said Davis and Garcia, I was like, nah, fool, Davis is gonna whoop your ass.
I was
You know
when
what I
I saw I was going for Ryan, but when I
Yeah.
saw it, I was like, damn, Tank left me like
Yeah, cause
speechless.
yeah, I've been a Davis fan también, and then you know you get the people that say, "Oh, he's raza, you gotta go with the raza." But if you really know boxing, there's no color lines in boxing, though. Of course, shit, I'm Mexican, homie. You know, you want the raza. But I already knew. I was telling everybody Ryan's defense is too green, dog, for Davis.
Yeah, it's like beast.
Yeah, but Canelo, man, Canelo, I'm a
That's
big
tonight,
Canelo
right?
fan, dog. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Hopefully, Canelo takes it.
Yeah, hopefully, man.
Um, they call you the Pac-Man,
The
the
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man,
Yeah.
because of the Pacoima,
From
or
Pacoima, yeah,
I
yeah,
like.
yeah.
I saw that you into Batman a lot too. Or like you
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
put it all
yeah.
together.
Oh, I've been collecting Batman memorabilia since I was a kid, since I
You're
was younger.
Batman fan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Big
like
Batman fan.
Joker
So
and Robin, no?
yeah, yeah. O sea,
También.
everything that has to do with DC.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yo, what's up? It's the Bullet, and you tuned in to the Straight Faded Podcast. You already know, bringing you that raw material. And you guys check out my new freestyle, Victory Lap Freestyle, on my IG page on the YouTube. Check it out.
What's up, you guys? It's your favorite host. It's Mary Hallex from theradioshow.com, 900 AM, and we're here. Check me out on Straight Faded Podcast.
I was like the Pac-Man. So the first single off of the Gout album is called the Pac-Man. And you gotta hear it, dog.
You have a lot of albums. Like, I have to go through a lot. Like you really have.
Well,
a good
this was the one I'm working on.
Oh, it's the newer one.
Yeah. So in this one, the only feature I'm gonna have is my son.
Dang, what was that? Or why is that decision?
Because when I first started it, I wanted to, like I said, like, oh, this might be my last album, like my last solo album.
And do you feel like that now, or do you feel like you want to push your son more, or like help
No,
him more?
I still feel like it. And then once it's out, we'll see what happens. And it's kind of like passing him, the torch. But I do want to collab on the Spanish album that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
So
And
do some.
probably you're gonna have like a collab album with your son too,
Yeah.
or just singles.
No, probably like a
Work on
collab
the whole
album.
project,
Yeah. But I really want him to do his own thing. Like,
just to catch on and
have him do, because he can do the whole, like I said, it's different styles. So I
Yeah.
want him to get. I don't want anyone to say, "Oh, you're in your dad's shadow," or you know what I mean. I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
L.A. Rue to be L.A. Rue, just be true to himself.
and LA Rue. How he got the name?
His name's Ruben.
Oh, so it's the LA. Okay.
That's how I'm a Batman fan. No le pude poner Robin. My wife didn't want, so le puse Ruben.
Yeah, that's
So,
the.
so it's L.A. Rue, and La Rue in French is from the streets, or
Yeah,
off the street. So I told him, yeah, that's dope, dog. L.A. Rue.
I saw you were on a Spanish rap magazine too, and they named you the West Coast pioneer of Chicano rap.
Yeah, dog. There's been I've been on Spanish shows. You know what I mean? Magazines. It's just humbling, dog. But it never hits me like.
What do you think of that though?
I don't know. I've always been like that. I've always been like, no se me hace like I'm up here.
Yeah. Any shout outs, any advice you want to give out to anybody that's trying to get in the rap game?
Just the advice is to always remember that you're the artist. You're the artist. You know what I mean? Don't let no one take that from you. Stay true to yourself. Don't come out here because you see a movement or a phase, like, oh, right now we're into the gang banging, shooting, doing this phase. Be yourself. If that's not you, don't rap about that. Just because in time they're gonna come and check that. They're gonna come and question you on that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, you say you do this, oh, you know what I mean? In time, someone's gonna bump into you, and if you stay true to yourself, no te pueden decir nada.
Yeah. Any shout outs before we end it?
Yeah, since we're out here in the harbor area, man, I want to give a shout out to the whole harbor area. Shout out to MC Pancho and Chamorrita, man. They're good people. Shout out to them. Like I said, Spanish Fly. I'm going to shout out Tony A, the
Shout out
Wizard.
Tony
Everybody at Rhodium Radio. Like I said, man, Booyah tribe, rest in peace. They lost some soldiers out there, man, and it's always good to be out here in the harbor area. Shout out to my whole family, man. My kids, my wife, my grandkids. I'm gonna be here all day, shouting everybody out. Happy birthday to my pops, man.
happy
Shout
birthday,
out
your
to my
pops.
mom. You know what? I wanted to get the. Can you hand me that? Yeah. Shout out to my boy Blasto. Of
Shout out
course,
Blasto.
man. My bad. Don't put it in his face.
You're good.
And shout out to my boy from Valley Riders, man. They're in the Valle, and you gotta check them out. Blasto and Valley Riders. I always I like to support whoever's out there hustling.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially the raza hustling. That's who I like to support. You know what I mean? So it's all good. And shout out to everybody, Project Hope, Mob G Entertainment, Clear Heating and Air. Man, another free air conditioning. Uh, yeah, I'm just blessed right now, man. Shout out to you for real, bro. Shout out to
for you for
you.
pulling up, man.
Yeah, because it's like I said again, man, it's a blessing that at my age, I've been doing it so long and people still fuck with me. People still, like I said, we did that show. I was at the studio yesterday. Shout out to Cali Dreams. Um, when we did the whole Project Show Fest, everybody that came out, Lex Lucrative, shout out, his boy Fearless. You got Jamie, she's a dope artist, like I said. Other artists pulled up. Wicked Baby Doll, she's back,
Oh, shout out with
in the
Baby Doll.
business. Shout out, yeah. You had like Baby Bash was there, he made it happen. Shout out to him. So there's still artists out there. The raza still. We know we're deep, dog. We're deep. So it's
And where can they check you out?
you could every platform on every platform. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. At the swap meet todavía estoy ahí. Instagram official _ Sleepy Malo. Facebook Frankie Malo. Um, Snapchat Prince of Pacoima.
Dude.
Shout out to the whole Valle, man. Shout out to the raza. And I know I'm forgetting people, but
Shout out
You
to
know.
everybody, even forget them.
yeah.
So there you have it, your boy Leo Faded, Sleepy Malo, and we out.
Yeah.